Good afternoon. Let's just wait for a couple of minutes more for a few more attendees to join in. Maybe we'll start in like 2 to 3 minutes. Okay. Thank you for joining in. I'm your host, Ruchika, and I'll be walking you through introduction. I'll introduce you to our speakers, and also I'll be walking you through some housekeeping items as well. All right, let's begin. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our webinar, Streamlining Application Development with GitLab, an AI-powered DevSecOps platform. I'm your host, Ruchika from enreap, and I'm thrilled to have you join us today. So I'd like to put some context before we start this webinar. So I'm pretty sure all of you over here have experienced siloed workflows, manual tasks, and security vulnerabilities, right? They have been plaguing the development processes. And a lot of teams even dream of, having an efficient and optimized development process. And that is what AI can offer to your DevSecOps initiatives. Now, in this webinar, we'll share how you can unlock AI's potential in DevSecOps, with GitLab. But before we dive in, let me quickly introduce our speakers. So we have with us Samir. He is the Senior Alliances and Channel Solution Architect at GitLab. He brings over 20 years of experience in transforming businesses and in transforming businesses, right? And along with him, we have, he'll be joined by Patil, who is a Senior DevOps Consultant, and Sanket Dabore, who's a Customer Success Manager at enreap. And just before I pass it on to Samir, I'd like to cover up a few housekeeping items. So you can use the chat box to ask questions as we progress through the webinar. We'll have a dedicated Q&A session, so please park your questions till the end, or you can put them in the chat box, right? So we'll have a dedicated Q&A session at the end of the webinar. And we'll also be sharing a survey form. So please take out a moment after the webinar ends to fill out the survey form. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Rishika. And I'm happy to start the presentation. I'm just trying to share my screen, please. It seems that you are the host. It's disabled. The screen sharing is disabled.
Just a minute.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I would introduce myself. My name is Akkoub. I've been with GitLab for almost 4.5 years, and I have been in the IT industry for the last almost 24 years, I would say. Uh, Honestly, I've used the GitLab as a customer before joining GitLab, and that was one of the reasons I joined GitLab. It's a platform I highly enjoy using as an end user. I have seen it delivering value, and I thought, you know what, it's cool to join this company, and I think I've made the right decision there. In our session today, which I think I can share my screen. Thank you. Yep. Yeah, I hope you can see my slides, please.
Yes, we can
Excellent.
view this.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Sam. So in our session today, we will go through streamlining application development with GitLab AI DevSecOps. And you know what? Before I even jump into the GitLab part, let's go on a bit of history. Uh, I'm sure we have people from different industries on the call, and I think you all agree with me that today, regardless of which industry, or telco or retail industry you are coming from, we all want to be first in the market. We are all service providers. We are all working on software development. And this has been a growing target for organizations over the last 15, maybe 15, 20 years. I've seen that growing. The problem with that is on the way of automating things, making things faster, streamlining the application development and applications delivery, let's say. Organizations have been adding tools to streamline functions in the DevSecOps lifecycle. Planning, agile planning, source code management, monitoring, security, and then another security tool and one more security tool, operations, deployment, and so on and so forth. You know what? Nothing wrong with these decisions, really. I can't accuse anyone here. I can't fault anyone. They were added with a very good intention to make things faster, and for a certain period of time, they made things faster. Let's be honest here. But the problem here is the concept of tool chain tax emerged, which is basically those tools which were introduced in the first place to make things faster started to become themselves the challenge. Who is managing them? Who's integrating them? Who's making them up to date? Who's making sure that when you upgrade one of them, the rest of the tools won't fail? And if you don't believe me, ask any customer who's running, for example, Jenkins and Jenkins master slave, and ask them when was the last time they upgraded the Jenkins, just as an example. Who's making sure that these solutions are all licensed properly? And are we using the right security tools? Are we doing actions on these security tools? And so many other changes, my friends. And this is why this is not only me saying that. Today in the market, 66 of as per a survey we had last year, almost 70% of the respondents, they said that they are spending 2/3 of their time on just keeping the lights on, maintaining and integrating these tools. I think you all agree with me that in finance, in dollar sign terms, this is a lot. And when we ask them how many tools do you have, guess what? They are using between 2 to 10 tools. And I find that very realistic. Just think that DevSecOps is not only about development. Think about all the planning, the development, the integration, the security testing, the deployment, and all of the other tools. And easily, you can count more than five tools. And that's why most of them said, you know what? We are interested to have the chat with you on and see how can we solve this problem? How can we make our life more streamlined? And this is exactly what we are trying to do on the session today. Now, the problem is, or the solution here is they have been looking for a tool that can bring this whole life cycle of planning all the way to development. And by the way, something I have to mention, when we say DevSecOps, my friends, It's by any means, we are not referring only to development. DevSecOps cycle, yes, it starts from the day you come up with the idea. This is what I like to refer to as idea to production. How long does it take you, and number of hops you are making to go from idea to planning to development and all the way to deployment? And how can we have AI as an integrated part of that cycle? And I will come back to that in a second. This is what I mean by GitLab covering the whole life cycle. What you see here are not all the functions, the main functions we cover in the DevSecOps lifecycle. In GitLab, we can take the idea, turn it into a ticket or an issue, assign it a milestone, track it against a roadmap, assign it to people, collaborate on that ticket, assign it to epics and sub-epics, basically build a complete agile portfolio and project management practice. But then, and without the context switching, the developer can come and pick that ticket from the exact same tool and start doing his code. And while he's doing his coding practice, he has full control, full access to a suite of security capabilities. I'll take you through them in a second, through which he can get an idea on each and every security vulnerability that may have created or came out of his development practice. And then he can share that with his colleagues, collaborate before merging the code into the master or main branch and deploy it, all within the same tool. Now, something very important to mention here is because it is all under the same function, GitLab is the only platform today in the market that can answer the question thoroughly and fully confidently, how long does it take me to go from idea to production? GitLab is the only platform that supports what we call DORA matrices or DevOps research and assessment matrices. Basically, the maturity matrices or the DevOps maturity matrices available today in the market from Google that helps the customers quantify and measure the maturity of their DevSecOps practice, including deployment frequency, including successful deployment, including how long does it take me to recover from a failed deployment, and what's the percentage of failures happen in my production environment, for example, because of my deployment. Now, you agree with me that we are today on this session to see how to streamline and make the development cycle faster. Guess what? If we only focus on the developer's experience in writing code, we are only covering 25% of the required tasks to do the development. AI in the market has been, since it started, has been correlated with code generation or code suggestion, whatever you know, name it, which is a function we provide in GitLab AI capabilities. But the more important thing is, if I want to make application development faster, I have to cover the whole, or I have to support all the different personas and stakeholders going through the development. That's why in GitLab, AI has been injected and used as a function for each and to fast track and help each and every personnel using GitLab. For example, do code suggestions and fast track my code writing or code building cycle. Then AI can explain to me the security vulnerabilities that may be discovered in the pipeline. And then AI can help me even predict how long my speed or how long it would take me for the next deployment to the production. You know what I mean by the only AI-powered platform or DevSecOps platform? AI for others is only code suggestion or code generation. For us, AI is about user experience. Code suggestion is one of the functions, but we take AI as a comprehensive approach all the way from editing or writing tickets to the deployment. That's why, as per I think the most prestigious organizations in the market, Gartner and Forrester, who are responsible to benchmark software vendors, Gartner named GitLab as a leader in the Magic Quadrant for the DevOps platforms. And that's as per the recent quadrants in 2023. And Forrester named GitLab as the only, not a leader, as the only leader in the integrated software delivery platforms. And that's after they have evaluated our capabilities, GitLab capabilities, and our ability to add value to the customers. Now, I don't know about you, but I am a big fan of speed cars. I do like cars. I like driving fast cars. And guess what? The faster the car is, the more guardrails and automation you need in the car. But because guess what? When you drive a fast car, you don't have time to jump between different switches. You want things to be as automated as possible, and you want to have the risk factor and safety guardrails already automated and built into the car. The faster, the quicker you want to reach that end line, the more controls and guardrails you have. The same analogy applies to IT or software development. You want to go faster, you want to automate your things, having controls is a must. That's why in GitLab, we take security and compliance to the next level. In GitLab, we provide security as part of as an integrated part, and I will come back to the word integrated, as an integrated part of the DevSecOps cycle, which means I am a developer. I create my own copy or branch, if you like, of the code. I run security scanners on my code, including container, license, static, dynamic, dependency scanning, code quality, secrets detection. On each and every change I make on the code, I get the results immediately back to me before I jump into, before I send my code to be functionally reviewed and integrated into the main branch. Guess what? You are as weak as your weakest link. Many times when we have a security discussion with organizations or customers, that we refer to security from different, or in the discussion, the term security at some point gets lost. Because for many customers, for many organizations, security is about container scanning, or maybe security is about code scanning or static scanning. If I don't have all of the security capabilities integrated in my software development, guess what? That security breach would happen from that left or empty space. That means that I need to scan the containers where I'm running my code. I need to have my code scanned. I need to have the dependency scanned, the license scanned, everything. What you are scanning is one thing. And again, many times the discussion stops there. Yes, we are scanning everything. Excellent. But remember this and trust me on this. There are three aspects when you run security. What you are scanning is nice, but when are you doing the scanning? In which phase? And what are you doing with the scanning results? In GitLab, the what is this? These are the capabilities of what we are scanning. And the when is on each and every branch, just next to where the code is being developed. So the developer will get the results immediately once he commit to his branch of code. But what are you doing with the scanning results? And here where it comes our security mitigation capabilities. In GitLab, I can define security policies to action on the security scanning results. I'll give you an example. Sankit, and sorry, Sankit, I'm using your name. Sankit is my CISO in the organization. I want to have a Sankit approval on the code I'm writing just if there is a high or a critical vulnerability found in my code. I'm okay with, for example, Sangram as my manager to review my code functionally, but I need the security expert eye and review on my code in case if I generated critical vulnerabilities. And in GitLab, I can automate that. I can bring in the security experts. I can push security scanning capabilities to be executed on each and every branch, or at least on the main branches. I can have security alerts and dashboards where I will be notified if there are high vulnerabilities in my project. I can have a dashboard where it tells me which projects are putting my overall organization at risk. This is what I mean, my friends, with going fast means you automate. You automate means you go fast, but you need then to have guardrails around that. You need to have a scanning on each and every change. You need to have policies to control the scanning results, and you need to automate the actions based on these scans. Excellent. I've touched on AI before, and I've said that AI in GitLab is I think I haven't seen a comprehensive offering in AI such as what we have in GitLab really in the market. But what makes us also different and special, not only that we provide or enable users across the AI, but also that we take privacy in AI extremely serious. When AI started, and especially code generation started, people were excited about using this new capability, or let's say new toy. But then incidents happen where the code was, or people or organization private code was used to train models to a point where the recommendations for other customers were based on the trained model or trained data from these private repositories. I'll tell you, in GitLab, there is no way this would happen. In GitLab, transparency and privacy is a top-notch and extremely important, and it's like a red line, which means your code would never be used to train our models. Totally, none, zero, absolutely no. Neither, and this is like something we are committed to do, to give, and our partners as well. In the background, we are using Google and other partners as a data model. So second thing is we will never share or store your private code during the AI in calls or APIs invocations, which means that I'm using AI to help my functions across the DevSecOps, but also I am confident that what I am using will not end me having data or code leakage in my organization. This is what I mean by taking AI to the next level in the overall offering. Okay, before I jump into the demo, I just want to touch on something. We have helped customers to achieve more than 400% ROI within 6 months of the deployment. And I mean by deployment, the most expensive tier in GitLab, the GitLab Ultimate. 6 months, and within 6 months, they have achieved the break even and for more than 400% ROI. There is no magic there, my friends. It is very simple and it's very easy to explain. Simply, we are helping customers to use fewer tools, which means far less number of tools to license, far less number of tools to operate, far less number of tools to integrate. And let me tell you something funny quickly. Recent researchers have shown that context switching between tools does cost around 30 minutes to just to refocus on what you were doing. If you don't believe me, next time someone knocks on the door in your room, in your at home, in your home office, just tell me, try to watch and tell me how long would it take you to refocus on what you were doing. Better user experience. There is no context switching. Fewer tools, which means more streamlined, and overall much faster time to the market. That all helped us to achieve, or helped customers to achieve, more than 400% ROI out of their investment in GitLab. Good. Let me take you to the through GitLab quickly in the next few minutes and show you some of the cool features I'm so happy to use almost on daily basis. So for those who haven't used or seen GitLab before, this is GitLab. Welcome. And GitLab is organized as groups, subgroups, and subgroups. And the main entity in GitLab is a project. What you see here is a project. And the project in GitLab is where you have source code management, automation, security, container registries and repositories, dashboards, and the analytics. All of that are available within the project. So I create a project, I add my team members, and we start collaborating in the projects. Let me take you sort of quickly through a life cycle on daily life of a GitLab user. And again, if I would do a detailed GitLab demo, it would take me a seriously longer time. So if you see any feature or function you think would add value or help you, please raise a flag after the call with the enreap team, and I'm more than happy to join a call with the team and give you a more detailed session on these capabilities. So in GitLab, let's go through this. I am a new, let's say, system analyst, and I want to create a new issue. Issue in GitLab, it's called an issue, but it's basically a ticket. Like I'm doing something here, right? And let's say, just for example, change the maybe login page background. I'm just making it up, right? Now, I don't know about you, but I seriously hate writing descriptions, like totally. Right. And usually I would write not more than 5 words in my description. And most of the time, my manager would call me and complain. This is typical. And maybe it's the same for most of you on the call. So what I can do here is I can simply come here and click on this Tanuki, which represents my AI. Click on this one, come here and say, let me do something. Let's spot something. Check on the standards for login page background color and update our portal page. So I'm literally giving it a very high level idea on what I'm trying to do. So what it will happen now, it will take my request and basically it will create for me a full-fledged description of this based on the AI result. Of course, the more prompt you give, the more details you give, or the better prompt you give, the more details or outcome you will get. An advice, if you are gonna to use this and you want to tell your manager that you have written this, that's fine. I won't call it cheating. Just remember to remove this line, please, because this is how they will tell. Cool. So this is our ticket for today, and I won't go through the details of the agile project management, but let's put it here and let's create the issue. Now, the other thing in GitLab is if I'm reviewing an existing ticket, usually my friends or colleagues in the team would have been maybe super excited and added more comments on this ticket. And this is the second place where GitLab AI can help me. I can come here and click on the view summary. And what it will do, it will go through all the comments on my ticket and create for me a summary for these comments. This is what I mean by developers spend most of their time not doing the development, doing the other activities around developing and understanding the tickets, writing new tickets, or understanding or going through the comments on existing tickets. Excellent. Let's go into the third point here before we go into the development. Now, the third point is I am trying to change or write a new code. Cool. It is rarely, extremely rarely, that you write a code like from scratch. Most of the time, you are adding a feature or a function to an existing code. So before you write the code, you would need someone to tell you what is written there. Excuse me. And this is where GitLab as well can help me. Like, this is the function, okay? And this function, for example, is creating a connection to the database. I would love to have someone who have written that function to come and help me understand the features. So I can select the function and come here and say, what do you mean? And what will happen here using GitLab Duo chat, it will take that function and set or give me an explain for that function capability on the side. Let's do it on a different function, just to give you an idea of what I'm doing. Maybe come here and maybe this one as well. And we can go and up. That's now I got the reply for the first one, but let's do the second one here. And now it is taking that explain. By the way, these features you see here are available in the IDEs, Visual Studio Code and other IDEs. So yes, I can use them. Maybe if we have time towards the end, I'll show you. I can use them on other within my development environment. As you can see here, this is an explanation of this function, an existing function. So it's called from Flask. Here's the code. The code defines a Flask form called add form. That's true. This is the import. This is the details. This is the class. So as a developer now, I am ready, really ready to write, excuse me, to write the code. So if I go back to my repository, I'll just, okay, so I'll copy this one maybe. And now I'm ready to go and write the code. So if I go here under the notes, maybe database.ai, and let me open this within the web IDE integrated in GitLab. Again, you can use your own IDE before you ask me that, right? So this is my function. I can now go here and put or add my, let's say, a comment. So enter, and then based on my internet connection, that code will be generated. So maybe here, what I'm doing here is I'm adding a function to select nodes from the database, and here we go. So yes, code generation or code suggestion is there, but as you saw in the demo, this was like the fourth function. We covered many other items, many other scenarios before reaching to this item here. So I'm ready, and from here I can comment on my my code to the function. Sorry, to the branch. So let's do that, and let's create our own branch and enreap a demo. Maybe this is our own branch, and just to see what will happen. And from here, I can ask the code to create for me to generate demo merge request to generate for me a merge request, again similar to pull request in other environments where basically I am merging. What I have done here is I've made the change, but now on my branch. And as you can see here, the pipeline has already been triggered and it started to work. This pipeline, already I have all the security capabilities included in it. So for the sake of time, I'll just move and show you an existing merge request. So I can come here and let's go through the last one, maybe this one, if you like. So this one has a pipeline. I'll show you what I mean. So basically this merge request is basically, I am asking to merge my branch into the main branch, right? It's like an application. But as we see here, it has been blocked or by approval policies already defined, which I'm happy to show you maybe in another context. These are approval rules based on the security scanning results. Where is that coming from? Basically, if I go back to my pipeline, you will see that this is my pipeline here. You see that that pipeline has found security vulnerabilities on the pipeline level, right? So I can come here and filter down to certain scanning or security scanning. Now, what if I'm trying to fix this security vulnerability? Like, let's go through, for example, let's go here under the security vulnerabilities. Let's go, okay, I want to see the SAST outcomes. And this is one of the security vulnerabilities. What if I'm asking you as a developer to fix this? Guess what? The developers never claimed that they are security experts. And this is where AI, GitLab AI can come in the picture. We can come here and say, explain for me the vulnerability. And GitLab can create an English version of this vulnerability, basically an explanation of this vulnerability. So just to summarize what we are doing, we have created the issue, we have reviewed the comments, we have explained the code, we have created the code, we have scanned the code. Before merging that code, the policies have stopped me from merging because I have security vulnerabilities in my branch, in my copy of the code. I want to fix these security vulnerabilities. Then I went to that security finding and said, okay, I have no idea what is this talking about. So I went into explain the vulnerability. It explained for me the vulnerability, and it gives me even why this is a vulnerability and how to fix even this vulnerability. My friends, this is all out of the box with the GitLab AI Duo Pro, right? Now, one of the features we are working on, as you see here, it's an experiment, which hopefully will be in beta and released soon in the coming period, is resolve with AI. So not only I will take that security vulnerability and explain it to you. If I click on this one, based on the finding, the engine will try to create the code that would fix this problem and create for me a merge request. You see here, this is a new merge request. This is how to resolve. Basically, if I go under the changes, it will show me what changes it is about to make. And if I just accept this merge request, this is an AI generated merge request based on the vulnerability. It will create a merge request and fix it and add it. And fix the code. Not only that, if I go under a different merge request before I hand back to the team, is if I go under, for example, maybe this one, this change here. If I go under the summary notes, many times when we do a merge request, right, it says all about, merge request or pull request, whatever you want to call it. We are reviewing the changes from many different users on that code, right? So I can come here and just click on view summary, and it will give me a summary of what has been changed based on the change history. Very last thing. If all of this is not enough, guess what? We have under the help GitLab Duo chat, which is something I can come here and basically it is my AI engine working with me. So I can come here and say, where, for example, where can I find or give me an example of CI/CD job that deploys Python code. Just an example. It will take my request and generate that code. So we have an AI engine or a Duo engine that can explain the code, it can do code suggestion, and can reply to me or give me examples. Basically, it is my AI engine chatting with me directly anywhere, can provide me with the live help throughout my DevSecOps experience. I hope I didn't go too fast, and I'm more than happy to take you through more detailed demo or presentation on any of these features if you think this is helpful to your business. Thank it, and the team and enreap, back to you.
Thanks, Amir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for the valuable session on AI in GitLab. Yes, Sanket, can slideshow. Yeah. So, yes. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining this session. I am Sangram, a senior DevOps consultant at enreap. I appreciate your time, and I will keep this in short. So now let's explore the benefits of GitLab, and then we will delve into an overview of our partnership with GitLab. So here are some benefits of GitLab. With the first one being is all-in-one platform. Here, GitLab is like one-stop shop for everything you need to build and deliver software. So it's like having all your tools in one toolbox. So making it easier to work together and get things done. Then second one is like enhanced collaboration. Here, GitLab helps our team to collaborate more effectively and providing tools like merge request and issue tracking. So it's like having a virtual meeting room where everyone can share their ideas and work together on different projects. So then next is easy version control. Here, GitLab helps you to keep track of changes to your code, so you always know who did what and when. So it's like having a time machine of for your code, so you can always go back and see how things have evolved or developed. Then next is continuous integration and continuous deployment. Uh, it means that GitLab system automatically put your new software changes into action. Means making it quicker and easier scripts to test and deploy your updates into these production environments like this. Uh, so next uh, next slide here. Next slide.
Just a minute. Yeah.
Here is scalability. Whether you are a small startup or big corporation, uh, GitLab can handle it all. Means it's like flexible and scalable, so it grows with you as your own business grows, like that. So next is built-in security. Means GitLab keep your code safe and secure with features like code scanning, access controls, identify code vulnerabilities in your code, also etc. It's like having a security guard watching over your code 24/7. So yeah, last one is like the second last one is cost effectiveness. By using GitLab, you can save money on expensive tools, DevOps tools, and their integration costs. It's like getting more value of your invested money. So last is extensive integration. Here, GitLab works well with other tools as well and services. It makes easier to customize your whole SDLC workflow. So these are some benefits of GitLab DevOps. Yeah, and now Sanket will provide an overview of our partnership with GitLab. Yes, Sanket, over to you.
Thank you so much, Sangram and Samir. It was really indeed an excellent walkthrough of GitLab capabilities and its benefits. So this will surely help our customers to enable themselves to explore GitLab as a comprehensive DevSecOps platform, as Samir rightly mentioned in his slides. So a very good afternoon all. Thank you so much for joining this session. Hope you have been enjoying it. So let me introduce myself. I am Sanket, associated with enreap as a product specialist. So I'll not take much of your time. So I'll just give you a brief overview of who we are and what we do. So basically, enreap is a partner in your digital transformation journey to help achieve operational delivery excellence. We help businesses achieve sustainable competitive advantage by envisioning and executing technology-enabled operation strategies. So be it like agile, traditional, or multi-speed IT enterprises. So we are headquartered in India, Pune, with an overall employee strength of 200 plus across regions. So along with India, we do have a presence in Singapore, Dubai, and USA. So we are established in the market more than a decade now, and our solution span to clients from various industry verticals such as BFSI, IT, ITS, healthcare, pharma, automobile, and e-commerce. So with more than 400 plus customers across various areas, we have given the services like software delivery operations, customer service operations, strategy and management operations, and also business support operations. So as a technology agnostic transformation partner, we leverage a range of frameworks and tools like GitLab for orchestration, DevOps automation, ALM, which is application lifecycle management, and delivery management. So I'll just quickly brief about the partnership with GitLab. So basically, uh, we help our customers like in the terms of having joint solution development, which nothing but that our technical teams work together with GitLab to create a solutions which are tailored to meet the specific needs and problems of our customers. So these collaborations allows us to integrate our expertise and resources to develop effective solutions. And the continuous feedback loop is nothing but we keep an ongoing process of communication between our technical teams and GitLab. So these help us to make sure that we are always listening to what our customer have to say and using that feedback to make our products better and improvise our offerings accordingly. So our technical team shares usually and learns from GitLab's engineering team to get better at what we do. We exchange ideas, tips, and lessons to come up with new and better ways to do things. So GitLab also offers us a training certification programs or enablement sessions to our technical team. So these programs definitely help our teams to stay up to date with the newest features, abilities, and best methods of using GitLab's products and services. Yeah. So you can say this slide will talk about more about how you can engage with us. So as a part of our core services offerings, we do also help our customers with SSA and managed services portfolio with the help of our in-house certified DevOps professionals. So here I would like to bring into attention that our experts are ready to help your DevOps or DevSecOps or in that case InfoSec team across every SDLC stage with the help of GitLab, which is a comprehensive platform and can assist them as per the predefined scope of projects, which can be mentioned in terms of consultation, which means that setting up a meeting with our team, with our DevOps team to talk about what your company or organization needs and the problems that you are facing in the areas of DevOps. After that, about the assessment, a specialist will take a deep dive into your organization's current procedures, technology setup, and security needs to get a clear picture of where things stand. About solution design, yeah, our team work together with extensively to create a customized solution for your needs using GitLab's various tools and our knowledge and skills. Talking about the implementation part, yeah, we put the plan, we come up with the and with into action with the help of our tech experts. So we will make sure everything fits together smoothly and gets set up properly. The next one is the training part, which definitely our team will teach your team how to use GitLabs or a GitLab as a platform, as a DevOps tool, really through training sessions and multiple enablement sessions. After that testing, yeah, we will carefully test everything to make sure the solution we put in place works as it should and meets all your security and operational needs. The next second last part would be the cloud migration. So we assist our clients in moving their operations from their on-prem, you can say on-prem or a physical location to a cloud-based system, helping you make the transition smoothly. Last but not the least, continuous improvement. We'll keep checking and improving your DevSecOps processes and how they flow based on feedback and any changes in security requirements. So that's it from my end. Thank you for giving this opportunity on this forum.
You are on mute.
Yeah, I realize that. I hope everybody enjoyed the webinar and we all are taking some valuable insights from GitLab and enreap back with us. We've got a couple of interesting questions. Samir is trying to answer them as soon as possible so that, before folks end the webinar, they get their answers. But Samir, do you want to pick up a couple of them, maybe the ones that you find interesting?
Yep, sure. So the questions, if I would go through them quickly, gentleman asked about the integration with the GitLab, with the Visual Studio IDE, and yes, it's called GitLab Flow, and I provided the link for that plugin. Please feel free to install it. About the licensing between GitLab on-prem and SaaS, yep, it is exactly the same licensing model. For GitLab, the license goes for Enterprise Edition, Premium, and Ultimate. So it really depends on your requirements. By the way, GitLab AI is a separate license. It's called GitLab AI Duo Pro, and it is licensed separately. It does not require an ultimate license. It can be licensed with GitLab Duo with GitLab Premium. Also worth to mention as well that we have newly introduced a new packaging called GitLab Agile Project Management. So for users who are looking to use the GitLab security capabilities and compliance capabilities, which would require the GitLab higher license, the GitLab Ultimate, but you don't want to license all of your users. The good news is today you can license GitLab Agile Project Management for the non-developers users, and then use the ultimate licenses only for the developers. So definitely it would save you the cost, and it can help you. For the professional services question as well, I've supplied the link for our professional services, but I want to be very clear and very transparent with the audience here. Our professional services arm in Asia Pacific region is enreap and our valued partners. We don't have, I'll be very frank, we don't have professional services as GitLab in this region, because we highly believe on and dependent on our professional partners like enreap, who have so many professional engineers certified on GitLab and experienced on using GitLab. So please, for any professional services request, feel free to reach to enreap, and we'll be more than happy to support you. So this is very important to highlight. I think I have gone through all of them. Yeah, there was a very interesting question. What for users who are why to pay for GitLab? Why not use all like the community edition? I don't blame you for the question. And is there anything wrong with the community edition? No. It's by the way, it's by the end of the day, it's our baby as well, right? Like it's GitLab started as an open source solution. Worth to mention here is because GitLab in the core until today is an open source solution, we are able to release a new GitLab software package every month, every third week of every month, and we have been doing that for the since GitLab started, for the last 12 years, 13 years maybe. So I don't think you will find any other vendor in the market that does releases as fast as we do. And by the way, we use GitLab internally to do that. So if we can do that, trust me, you can do that. Back to your questions. GitLab support comes only with GitLab. By the way, for those who don't know, GitLab comes as Community Edition, which is the free edition, and then GitLab Enterprise Edition, which is supported by GitLab. Community Edition is supported by the community. There is no SLA or guarantee on that. GitLab Enterprise Edition is supported by GitLab. GitLab Enterprise Edition, the Premium and Ultimate, comes with code review cycles, faster code releases, security and compliance, security policies, dashboards, geo and high availability, disaster recovery deployments, and so many other capabilities. I have sent a link for feature to feature comparison. More than happy, it would take me hours to go through them, but just remember that in GitLab free edition, I cannot set review rules for my code. whenever a code is done, it will be merged. If one thing missed, trust me, it would cost you more than the whole GitLab license. I'm not sure if there are any other questions. I hope I would have been through all of them.
Yes, you've covered all of them. Thank you.
Thank you.
So let's conclude this webinar. You'll receive the webinar recording along with the survey in your emails. Please fill it out. It'll help us to do better in the next webinars as well. Thank you so much for your time and have a lovely day ahead.
Thank you all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks.